Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. Now, having just watched this within a day of watching its sequel, The Next Level, I can't help but talk about the 3D in terms of comparison. The two films were released within a couple of years of each other, and what I noticed the most is that in this one, the faces are noticeably flatter, actually surprisingly flat. It reminded me a lot of the Predator 3D conversion I spoke about last week, where the foreground lacks details, but the background has many layers. Actually, I would say even more layers than the sequel. The jungle scenes really feel like they worked hard to separate every possible element and create a very deep background. So this one has deeper backgrounds, but lacks any face or foreground depth in the foreground objects. Now, it could also be that what I am seeing is the sequel is better at blurring the depth in the background to give it a more natural feel. The sequel does have great backgrounds, but it just doesn't feel like it's going as deep, though it does feel very natural. And the sequel, not this one, the faces do look great in that one. They look like they feel like they should be looking that. Now, this is coming back to this movie, Welcome to the Jungle. An interesting difference between this one and the original one from the 90s is they never take this into the real world, which I think helps sell the story overall. We are never forced to compare it with the real world. The game stays in the game. It becomes a video game in this movie instead of the original board game, which makes sense and kind of works better. In the present, we often think of magic as a kind of storytelling cheat, where technology seems to have a perhaps unhealthy universal acceptance in its potential in today's world. This was written as a direct sequel to that original Jumanji from the 90s and not a reboot. And it's sad that Robin Williams isn't around to have made a cameo. The original movie, though, was kind of a meh experience. It was okay. What sold that original movie is it was the first time audiences had seen CGI fur. Previously, computer effects were known for dinosaurs or rocks. That big tongue shot in The Mask a year earlier was the big wow thing people had remembered seeing. So seeing a realistic lion was new and special, and perhaps was the moment the public realized movies were about to be able to do anything you could think of. Now, here, the effects are terrific and modern, but none of it would set it apart from other movies. What makes this movie better than the original is the cast. It's a four-piece odd couple that just have a great on-screen chemistry, and the premise requires them all to succeed together, so it has a real-life quality to it all. In life, success is measured by how much you can help others. You can walk into an empty arena, for example, and shoot hoops or score goals all night long, but if there's no team around, you've done nothing. You may be fit and can run miles, but no one cares unless you're delivering the mail. And that's what I see here, a little microcosm of our curious, real world. We're forced together with people we rarely even like, but absolutely need.